Hello Capricorn, this is your channel messages for the 10th of August. Capricorn, let's go ahead and go into your reading. Let's go Capricorn, see what's up for you today. Capricorn, we have father and we have mammon, greed, the love of material wealth, corrupting influence, and valuing riches. So I'm getting your dad is in the hot seat, Capricorn, which is crazy because Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. So is your father Capricorn Emperor, or your father is a Capricorn? If your father is a Capricorn, that means any money him had in him life, him use it to chase women. Me getting him had a lot of kids or him had little kids, but me getting him never stay with a mother. Me getting him was interested in sex, alcohol, drugs, partying. He was for the streets. Your mom chose that type, unfortunately, or she thought that she didn't choose that type, but she did, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is me getting him always chase women. And then getting him would chase women, and the women would have other kids, and he would be willing to live with this woman and kids, but him would never live with his woman and you, which is his kid. Also, greed, love of material wealth. Maybe him had a lot of money, him spend it on fuckery, stupid shit, jewelry, alcohol. You probably had a father, your mother did a struggle, and then your father probably had a lot of money, and him spend it on other girls or spend it on him man friend them, and your mother needed money from him for clothes for you. Me getting him would be out with him friends at strip club, but him not give your mother no money. Me getting him or him with other women, spending dates with other women because him want say, because me getting that's who your father was. Him just chase a lot of women, him had a lot of women, or maybe him never did things for your mother. Him had a lot of money. Why you never buy mama a house? You had a lot of money. Why you never buy her a car? You had a lot of money. Why you never even pay somebody to make sure things happen? Me getting him was into greed, the love of material wealth, and influence. And if you have a very top father who is into Mamat, this demon, that man will make sure him whole family blacklisted because him want to be the sole provider. I want to be the sole provider, right? He will make sure him kids don't graduate from school, for make sure say him is the only one who has control of the money. Okay, you have to understand sometimes when a man hates a woman, he will make sure the kids get spied too. Look how much men go to war or go into the countries. Right now, it's a big thing in the foreign countries. How men go there, go have what business babies, vacation babies, and the babies come out mixed. Them get ridiculed and outcast by them community because them don't look black. And then these babies who don't know who their father is because the fathers came on vacation and had a one-night stand. Them might try to get visa for go to this first world country that they never go before. And them trying to hunt down these fathers. Sweetie, people who live within their own country are trying to hunt down fathers that is 10 minutes away. So I don't know how them are going to do this internationally. But it's a big lawsuit. Anyway, your father was a fucked up person. Father was very corrupt. You probably never lived with him, or he was not with you guys a lot. We have endings, yeah. If you want to know why something ended, is because of your father, him behavior, what him did worship, what him did into. We have Azrael, angel of death, guiding souls to the afterlife. Is this something about your father? I'm guessing your father is repenting on his deathbed. Maybe him wish him to spend his money better. Maybe him wish him never gave random people his money. Maybe he had to choose between money or what him like to do. Me getting him choose a ladder. We have love at first sight. Me getting him did love your mother. Anytime him had babies with her, him probably had it in love. That was how me getting him had love in him heart when he was having sex with her. But me getting when the baby me getting he had no use for her if she had kids. And yes, it was his kids. But I'm sorry I didn't show you. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit too comfortable. Me getting even though yes, it's his kids, him not have no use for she as a woman. She have kids now. Him never dated a woman with kids. You didn't notice? Him dated a woman who never had kids. And maybe me getting something like the father, when the conversation happened when she was pregnant, the father, me getting the father never wanted a child, or the father said it was your responsibility to make sure this don't happen. But the girl is saying, but you're having sex with me, you're coming inside of me, what you expect to happen? But him is like, no, that's my job as a man. Your job as a woman, you will get pregnant, you should have make sure. But I'm getting the figure being pointed. Because a lot of people can talk, who's the responsibility? Is it the man? Is it the woman? Because yes, they were promoting female condoms, but usually it was a condom. But condoms was not made for the protection of babies. I don't know if you know this. Nobody sat down and said, you know what, I don't want to have a baby. I'm going to make something called a condom. That's not what condoms were made for. Sweetie, R. Kelly was pissing on bitches. You think he might wear a condom when him doing all of that? It was to prevent against infections. That rubber. Because let's be honest, you guys are boyfriend and girlfriends. Chances are he's pulling out. Hello? And if you're not boyfriend, never mind. I'll not talk on these things. But at the same time, yeah. So me getting him did love your mother, but me getting when she had a baby, I mean, Ariel, natural world healing, protection, or nature. And we have Beelzebub. Oof. Gluttony, corruption, influenced by earthly desires. Maybe your father was corrupt. He was a corrupt man. For example, a big celebrity who should not be named, his alleged kids who him to have one night stand with, I come out and I say, oh, I'm blacklisted, I can't get no work because everybody know him, I'm a father, blah blah blah, and them suing for money. You know these kids that coming out and saying, yeah, me's actually his daughter, me's his son. Even Bob Marley went through it when kids were coming out and I say, yes, we were actually childs when he was on tour. And we kind of don't, I'm getting everybody know except you. So I'm getting like you were blacklisted or you were held back in life because of your last name, because of who everybody knew your father was. Beelzebub, corruption. One more. We have prophet. So if your dad was a fucked up person, don't worry. I'm getting, this might sound weird, but him not being in your life is why you became the person you were. Probably if him was with you in your life, you'd be different. Him probably could have been a shitty person to you and you fight for him approval and he never gave it to you, even though you did live with him. So yes, you can always look at life as, whoa, me did wish, whoa, me just did wish me have a father. Right? Some people have father and hate them father. Some people have father and resent them father. And you might say you grow up with one, so you would never feel that way. You don't know. This is just your story here. For example, you never have a father, you come out an emperor. Probably if you had a father, you'd have come out an employee. Your father probably would have instilled fear in you what him did have. So maybe in a way your mother is braver than your father. He would have instilled a fear in you and you'd be like, I can't do this, I can't own my own business. I can't steal Facebook from my two friends and steal it from fucking Love, Meditate, Pray and call it Meta. I can't do that. Maybe if you had a father, he would have teach you to be a so-called man who take orders. You never had one, you became a man who never take orders. You became a man who gave orders. So, come and getting your father corrupt. I know it sounds fucked up, but I'm getting you should be glad it wasn't in your life. You probably would have changed it. I'm getting yes, your life would have been different. And yes, you want your father to love you. Chances are him wouldn't be a man who love you. Him is a man who had sex with your mother. He was not a man who did work on himself. He wasn't a man who said, you know what, I want a family. I want this for life. He was just a man who, whether he was with your mom for long or short or whatever your mom hates. Because me, say man who have sex with girl and the girl them treat them terrible, but them not leaving the kids. Me getting your father was the opposite. He was a womanizer or him spend beer money on him, man friend them and toxic shit, and he used to leave your mother hungry. But when it comes on to the boys, he must spend blood clot money. Yeah, you have to know that. So yes, it's heartbreaking. You know, a lot of people say, what would you want it to happen in this lifetime? Maybe they want to have a father. Why in this lifetime, the only thing I regret is, but I want to experience what it was like to have a father. More experience what it was like to have kids. More experience what it was like to have a sibling. Maybe you have these type of thoughts in your head. But Brody, according to the tarot, you should have glad. You probably would have come out an alcoholic just like him because he was in the house. You probably would have watched him beat the shit out of your mother. And you couldn't do nothing because you were a little boy and you couldn't do nothing. I'm getting, because you never said, you never, maybe you never say, no man abuse your mother, because your mother decided to stay single after being taken advantage of. Obviously she was. Yeah, you became this emperor type. You know much people who grew up with father and them a pussy, because them father did that to them. Or them father used to beat the shit out of them in the house. And yeah, you grow with father. The father was there. Yeah, okay. And yeah, watch your father beat the fuck out of your mother. Yeah, but you had a father. This is, I'm so sorry you never grow as perfect as people around you or what you see and scroll online, but you should know everybody have them journey. Some of us not going to have kids and some of us never did born with both parents. Some of us is. So don't you worry, okay? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Ooh, okay. We have a 2 of Wands. So I'm getting, are you leaving? You're going somewhere? Or maybe when your mom met your dad, he was in travel. He was in transit. Yes, Songwing. He was in transit. So I don't know if this is international love or me getting when your mother met your father, him was visiting or leaving. And you were born. And Leo is the sun card, even though it can be a girl. I'm getting when you were, I'm getting your father was visiting. He was visiting the country. He was, I don't know if you have a picture of you and your father. I'm getting something about your father, because I'm getting is a son, so you're a guy. Again, you're a guy. I wasn't feeling a girl. Yeah, you're a guy. You never grew up with a father. Okay, I understand that. Me here. Alright, you're a guy, you never grew up with a father. So why you so harsh upon girls? You never grew up with a father. So why you treat girls so harsh and you treat men so good? Why you never grow up and say, you know, I don't have no father, but my mom was here, so at least I have to respect women? Why you come out and you put your mother on a pedestal, you criticize every other woman that's not your mother, and then you accept nasty and dirty behavior from your man friend then when a man left your mother, but you come out a man? I was on the TTC the other day and I was thinking to myself, you know, when women have boys, you know how precious that is? Because I hear boys say, if I have money, I give it to my mother. Rarely me hear a man say, if I have money, I give my wife. Some. If I have money, I give my girlfriend. Man not say that. Them I say, if they have money, I give mother. You notice when I hear a girl say, if I have money, I would give my father. You notice? I just want to put my father in a house, man. I just want my father to retire. I just want my father to be in. Because why would you have pity for your man when you leave your mother? Oh, but you have pity for your man friend them. You notice? I always hear man say, I just want to set mommy up, man. I want to put mommy in a Benz. I want to put mom in a house. I just want my mama to retire. I never hear daughters say that about them fathers. I just want my dad to retire. They must say about their mother. But them don't say about them fathers. There's a reason why. So if you are a man who grew up by a single mother, remember, the woman is not your enemy. It's a man them just like you. Anyways, let's go ahead. So I'm getting a boy, which is very good when you're reproducing, because the boys usually you're almost guaranteed to be taken out of poverty. Now, if the boy turned out to be like him father, me getting the boy, I got greed, him I got love wealth and material things, him I got buy all type of shoes, everything, and you're struggling. Him I got spend more money on him girlfriend and pussy than you. Profits. The emperor. So the father here, see the fucking father here. Now again, I spoke about this earlier. Who is your father? Is he a Capricorn or is he a Capricorn emperor? Because if your father is a Capricorn emperor, chances are that man, I said that Bill Gates and your mother used to be together. And Bill Gates don't want nobody know that him did have sex with your mother and you came out as a baby. What are the chances of you having a Microsoft account and it not being hacked? You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm going here? You see how blacklisted you're going to be? When we're getting it, that's how the father stay. Maybe your mother meet him and she feel like she strike gold. Yeah, he was a big, rich, influential man. Yeah. Who will use him power on her just like I'm using power to get there. So we have the emperor. We're getting your dad. Who was your father? I'm getting, even if your father was a big influential man and him never claim you your mother, I'm getting you grew up and you're influential too. You're on the scene, you're in the same restaurants and building as him. I'm getting him eat a sour because the sperm who him rejected turn over being in the same room as him, even though him did reject your mother. Or I'm getting him under pressure because I know him have to claim. Because your name is being talked about now. Who am father? You don't know your father? I'm getting a lot of people are asking about your father. I'm getting never in your life, nobody never asks you about your father. Them ask you about how your body count. They ask you about how much you drive, what kind of car you drive. Them never ask about your father. We have the Magician and we also have the Moon card. Yeah, mom and dad. Mom and dad. Just a mom. Me getting your mother have a son. Me getting she don't want emperor man. I'm getting something about a factory, or me getting something about this. Me getting him was an emperor. Him had the money. He had the money, but maybe not the time. And a lot of people grew up with fathers who they had a roof over them head, but them never see them father. A lot of people grew up with father where them never had money, but them saw them father every day. So be very mindful when you wish you did have the life where you never end up having. You might say, okay, you want a baby, all right, something happened, your husband dead. And I'm not saying you must live your life on what ifs, because maybe that is, maybe say you said to yourself, say you don't want to be a single mother, you don't want to have a kids and then your husband is dead, something tragic happened, so you never end up being a mother at all. But that wasn't your destiny, it was fear that was controlling you. Okay, let us flip it. You come out already being born into something you can't control. And I tell people all the time, you don't know your mother or father. You don't know them. There is at least years what happened of them behavior, how they were on the street, how they were in school, that you don't know. You're a baby when adults are having these conversations about your parent. Okay, fine. So, me getting your father was a big emperor. Him probably was very successful. I'm getting him never expect you to be successful. I don't know if he never had kids or he did marry a woman and abandon your mother. But I'm getting people saying, yep, that's his son. I mean, you know, he owns a Fortune 500 company. You know, what did you expect? It's his son. Maybe you're an older man now and you're thinking about your childhood and you're thinking about a father. Maybe though you're an older man now, you're thinking about, you know, me never had a father. Some girl I think about them never have baby. Some girl I think about them never have father. Some girls thinking about they never had moms. We do not choose the life we're born in. Thus, where was it? Where's your free will? Where's your free will? You never even choose to come. You never even choose to come here. If your mother never said yes to the Netflix and chill, you won't even be here. So where's the free will? We're the Four of Wands. I'm getting something about coming home. Or maybe you're going to reunite. Maybe you're tracking down somebody and going to reunite with them. I'm getting Capricorn. No, maybe again, you're seeing your father for the first time. Listen. I can't tell you what to do, and I don't know how damaging it has been on you as an adult for know that you grew up as a man. Because we're getting as a boy. You grew up as a man, you grew up, you were your mother's protection. You were all your mother did have. Chances are you get your first job where you spend a check on your mother or the house. Because I'm getting is you alone. When I'm getting a part of you always felt weird. Maybe you felt weird because you never had a masculine energy. Because you grew with your mom. You only have feminine energy. And if your mother wasn't a fighter, if your mother wasn't a woman who had to go through bad situations, then you're gonna grow up as poised as her. Some women got through bad situations and can't grow poised. But we're getting something about you not having a father. Yeah, go back to that time in your life now. Even though you're probably big. You're big, you're successful in life. You have everything, the house and the car. But you still think about why you never have a father. Your father never love you. Your father never want you. My friends have fathers. I have friends who are robbing people, them are the shitty things, and them still have fathers. Why? Me say my mom, I have the best mom in the world. Why would my father not want to be with my mother? It never have nothing to do with you. And you might say, well, if I wasn't born, does that mean my mother and father will still be together? No. They would have sex another time, and the sperm that they get impregnating her, that wasn't you the other time. Because remember, how much sperm come out when your father ejaculates? You're the one who survived. Remember, you're the one who made it to the egg first. Remember, a different version of you could have come out, but it wouldn't have been you. Your eyes would have not been that way. It could have been a different color because another sperm got first. So if she never got pregnant on that occasion, she could have aborted you and have another baby, and the man is still left for her. I want you to know this. So out of the 10,000s and millions of sperm that was released, you're the one who made it to the egg first and then lock off the egg. And the egg was sealed. Even if your mother never want to carry you, she say, I don't trust your father, she never want to carry you. You see, the next one she get pregnant by, if it was for your father, chances are him would have left her too. It don't have nothing to do with you. It don't have nothing to do with if him did love you or not. Think about every girl you ever dealt with. Now think about the girls when you've been with and they're supposed to get pregnant. You think you don't want to deal with that? I'm not saying your mother is a problem, but I'm saying that is the mentality your father was in. It wasn't about if he love you or not. It was the same emotions you go through when you don't want to be with a girl anymore, or you and a girl have an argument because they used to have sex and they don't. Especially if they weren't married. So a lot of self-reflecting on yourself, looking up, or you might say to yourself, I did not have a father, so I want to be a father. That will not heal the wound of not being accepted by a sperm you did know and him reject you or you never ever knew. Having a kid will not fill that hole, I'm telling you. I think you need to, I think if you just keep breathing and breathing and breathing. I think if you accept the fact that this life have so many different possibilities and this is just how this is your reality, it's okay. Come and getting you fighting against the emotion. I never wanted this to be my reality. Why this had to be my reality? It is your reality. It's a guy you grow up, you never have a father. And even though you make it to the emperor, okay, you made it to the emperor. How is it like being an emperor and you didn't have a man in the house? So you didn't even grow up with a father. Tell us, what is your formula? That's just a reality. And once you look on it as simple as that, it will take away the hurt of, oh, him never want me, oh, me never had a father, me never have a male role model. Brody, you never need a male role model. You're probably a teacher to be an employee. Your mother, the teacher, to be a boss. That's why she bossed up and what the fuck out of his life. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Capricorn, the devil, the father, the Faja. I'm your father. I'm your Faja. You're my what? I'm your Faja. My what? I'm your Faja. Oh, you're my dad. Oh, you're my father. My father. English. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here, Capricorn. Until next time. Bye.